In today's video, I'm going to share why you need to stop focusing so much on your goals and instead focus on this one thing in order to be successful in 2024. So my name is Mario Minner. I'm a high performance coach, and I specialize in helping high performers eliminate the overwhelm and the stress that you face from your competitive, stressful careers. And like I mentioned, we're going to be talking all about 2024 goals. It's a hot topic right now just because of the timing, but there's a quote that I want to start with that I hope will shift your perspective on this. And it comes from one of my favorite authors, one of the best books out there, which is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you're not getting his newsletter every Thursday, I don't know what you're doing, because every time it hits my inbox, I dive right in, and it's just got so much value. So here's the quote. And it's, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So let me say it one more time. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So what does this mean? Well, most people that are talking right now about 2024 goals, that's really all that they're talking about. They're talking about setting business goals or goals in terms of races that you can complete, or just different goals. But if the conversation stops there and you're just focused on goals, you're probably going to end up like most people who set a goal, get super excited about it, but don't have the systems underneath that actually help you reach those goals. So digging into it even more, like, what is the goal? The goal is some desired outcome that you have. It's finally being more confident. It's feeling like you're living up to your potential. It's being confident in your pursuit. And the system is that collection of daily habits that will help you actually reach your goal. And if you want to be successful, ultimately what I'm trying to share here is you want to spend less time focusing on the outcome and more time focusing on the habits that precede the results. And this is just so, I read this and I heard this and I just thought that is so accurate, because when I'm coaching high performers, I really try and get them to embrace the process over the outcome. Because in a lot of the professions, in a lot of careers, the outcome is somewhat out of your control. But what is 100% in your control is the process that leads to that outcome. And so this is really the important part, is embracing the process rather than the outcome. So if you're kind of bought into this concept of focusing more on systems rather than goals, then the question you might have right now is, how do you actually do that? So let's talk through that right now, because the first thing that you do want to do is think about what does success look like and think about what your goals are. But what you want to do is then ask yourself this question of, what are the daily habits that will lead to this result? So let me just say that one more time. Think about your goal, list it out, and then ask yourself, what are the daily habits that will lead to this result? And then from there, if you want to get even more detailed, you can break this out into daily and weekly habits, because that's ultimately how you take a goal and you translate it into a system, something that you can act on, something that you can be consistent with. So let's say you're a high performer, but you're not performing as well as you would like, and you believe that that's correlated to your health. And so one of your goals is to have more of a healthy lifestyle. And so what we want to do is, okay, that's the goal. Clearly, we would want to be a little bit more specific on that. But how do we take that goal of a healthy lifestyle and make it more of a system? What are the daily habits that will lead to that result of having a more healthy lifestyle? So from a daily perspective, one of the easiest things is just getting 8 hours of sleep. So that's one thing that we want to look at. Another is starting to exercise 20 plus minutes a day. Another thing is eating the right foods. So you now have some of those things that you can look at on a daily basis. But what are some weekly things that you can start to do that can contribute to that healthy lifestyle? Number one, you could start to plan your workouts for the week. because once you have a plan, it's a lot easier to just follow through when it comes to Monday morning at 6 a.m. and you're up and you're thinking, should I work out? Should I not? If you know exactly what you need to do, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to follow through on it. Another thing is you probably want to plan your meals for the week ahead of time. And the same concept applies. When you know what you're going to eat and you have like the time, when you have the work and everything set up ahead of time, it becomes a lot easier when it's 5 p.m., you're tired at the end of the day, you're trying to figure out what should I eat, what should I make for my family. It's going to be easier if you've prepared that ahead of time. So that's a weekly thing. And then the last is just to review your progress and review your performance on a weekly basis. This is one of the best things that you can do to continue to be consistent, but just adjust as things come up. So that's how we take this goal of losing weight or building a healthy lifestyle and we create a system around it by thinking about what are the daily things that I need to do and what are the weekly things that I need to do. So let's take a look at another example. Let's say that you wanted to be a high performer again at work, or just get better results at work. How can we take that goal and start to make it a system? We ask ourselves, what are the daily and the weekly things that I can do to help me get closer to that goal? So the first, on a daily basis, you need to be listing out what are the top 3 priorities that you believe would be the highest impact towards that goal. So on a daily basis, you're going to want to list out what are the top 3 things. You're probably going to want to finish work at a specific time, right? If you're married, if you've got kids, it can be really easy to just slip into working a lot longer hours and thinking that that's going to help you reach your goal, when really it's the specific time blocks that can help you the most. So those are just a few things that you can do on a daily basis. On a weekly basis, you're going to want to look ahead at the upcoming week. What does a successful week look like? You're going to want to start to research what are some of the events, what are some of the conferences, who are some of the key people that you need to connect with. Start to build a habit of doing that on a weekly basis. And then again, reviewing your performance every single week. Friday at the end of the week, how well did I focus? Did I achieve the top 3 things that I set out to do this week? And then looking ahead to the upcoming week. So again, that's another example of taking a goal of increasing your performance at work and making it more of a daily and a weekly habit, and creating a system around that. So those are just a few examples, but I think you can start to understand what I mean by this and what James Clear means by this of don't just focus on the goal, because that's an outcome. What you need to do is set a goal and create a system around it that you can implement and be consistent and actually follow through. So I believe that your success on your 2024 goals comes down to systems rather than just goals. And I wanted to create this episode because I think it's an important skill to understand how to translate a goal into a system. But if you are a high performer, you're overwhelmed, you're stressed with work, and you're looking for a holistic system that you can just implement to become your best professionally and personally, then that's exactly what I help people with. So if you're looking for having more clarity on your long-term vision, if you're looking to attack the day with confidence and just be more productive and just be more at peace, be more confident, that's exactly what I can help you with. And so if that's something that you are interested in, go ahead and book a call in the description below, and let's help you implement a system that will help you live up to your full potential and reach your 2024 goals. So that's what I have for today. Until next time, talk to you all later.